entering the Chakaverse. Chaka Crypto. Welcome to the Chakaverse. He out speaking Chaka facts, I'm out speaking Chaka words. We out making Chaka raps, we call this the Chakaverse. No, I can't help you cop the bag, but I can help you do research. So come and join the Chaka pack, explore the Chaka universe.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Chaka Crypto, and this is a Chakaverse where we cover crypto news, NFTs, the metaverse, and everything in between. And today we got the Battle Bunnies NFT. I'm kind of stoked to hear what they got to offer. I have Krista Kins and Frank in backstage. I'm going to pull them up shortly. Let me say what's up to the chat really quick. David Newland, hello. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you. Aaron Favre, sup? Fluffle fam. What's going on, man? Appreciate you. And David saying what's up to Aaron. We have Laura Ashley saying hello. And Angela Haley, appreciate you guys being here. And David saying let's go. Without further ado, let's go ahead and pull up our guest for today. What is going on?
Hello, Chaka.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Thank you for having us. The doggies are excited too.
Oh, I just kicked my dogs out because they were like right here. I was like, come on.
Our dogs are always right here.
Yeah.
Look, I got one right here too.
Oh, I got a couple little chihuahuas, and they just love whenever I start streaming. They'll ignore me all day, but as soon as I turn the camera on, they want to be all like sitting right here.
Yeah, they're quiet all day as soon as we need to do something.
Yeah. So, would you guys mind giving an introduction to everybody? Maybe we can start with Frank. Your introduction on yourself, and then we'll get into the project after.
Sure, man. My name is Frank Linatra, and I'm a tattoo artist for about 25 years. I'm a character designer, illustrator. Became really well known in the tattoo industry. Maybe about 12 years ago, career blew up, and I became really famous for the character design and the style of art I was doing there. And about a year ago, I was asked about taking my art to the next level and doing something else, and that kind of brought us, into the NFT space, gave us this opportunity to create a world outside of tattooing.
Nice. So are you the artist for this project?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Me and Krista actually do it.
Awesome. Krista, would you mind giving an introduction?
Sure, yeah. I think Han's trying to do it for me. So my name is Krista Linatra. Frank and I have been together almost 17 years, and we both graduated from the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale. I've been an artist my whole life, drawing, painting. Frank actually taught me to tattoo while we were in school, so I've been tattooing like 12 years now. We have 2 tattoo shops down here in South Florida, and my main art style is photorealism. So the main style of art on the Battle Bunnies is Frank's style, and then I help him with all the art. I do all the graphic design. I'm basically like the community manager and just do everything from the Discord to Twitter to everything like that.
Kind of like the backbone.
Yeah.
That is awesome. You guys are like a power team.
We are, man. They called us that in school together.
Oh, yeah?
Known as the power couple, me and Krista.
Cool. So I got your guys's got the Battle Bunnies NFT and their Twitter handles at Battle Bunny NFT. All the links of everything we talk about today will be down in the description below, so you can just scroll down, click on the link, and you'll be able to go to their website and whatever else we go over today. Would you guys mind going over the project? Maybe how, what was your inspiration on the project, how the project started, just before, the middle, and then where you guys see it going?
Yeah.
Yeah, do we have like 3 hours to do that in?
We actually have however long you guys would like. I don't want to keep you here too long because
Yeah, we love hanging out and talking, man, about the project. And, so do you want to start it off, Krista, or would you like me to?
Sure, yeah. So, like I mentioned before, Frank and I have been together for many years. We met at the Art Institute. We were studying animation. We studied animation for 2 years. And then, I was falling in love with tattooing. Frank's career was taking off. So we switched over to illustration. And that's basically, showing a story with art, which is perfect for this project. So, we learned everything from Photoshop to painting to illustration, everything. Graduated to open our tattoo shop and have just been tattooing. But we've always wanted something more. We've always wanted to build something more. Especially like Frank's art is so perfect for animations and games and all this stuff. We've had these big dreams for years. So when COVID hit, it kind of gave us that moment to stop and, think about what we could possibly do. We've always been interested in NFTs. Frank's been into crypto for a while. So it just kind of, the universe just brought all the pieces together. And we started Battle Bunnies November of 2021. And Frank can go from there with it.
Yeah, so I guess really what, like Krista was telling you, the art school and all of that stuff. But what happened was so I've been tattooing 25 years. And after, like I mentioned earlier, my career took off. I wound up winning hundreds of awards and shows and over the years, I've achieved whatever I could in the tattoo industry. And for me, it was starting to feel empty. Sort of the last few years, I was looking for something else. Always wanted to do something else. And ever since I was a little kid, I always wanted to create my own world. I was inspired by Disney, Don Bluth, Dungeons and Dragons, fantasy, video games, and all of that. I always had this need and want to create my own world, but I never saw an opportunity of how I could do that. And then about 4 years ago, I guess a collector of my art and also a client who I happened to tattoo and became a friend over the years, owns Food Fight Studios, animation studios. And he came to me and he was like, we really should do something together and all of that. And so we started working on a project together, but things were different at the time. Prior to NFTs, there wasn't really the traditional way about going about things was so different, right? You had to find funding, you had to find investors, you had to go through all these hoops. And then eventually if somebody picked you up, you'd be lucky if the creators kept control of what they were building. And so then about a little over a year ago, another one of my clients had mentioned to me, he's like, you ever think about doing NFTs? Your artwork would be perfect for that. And I was like, I'm not really sure about it. I don't know what they are. And so he started to explain it to me. And I was like, all right, let's do this. And kind of that's how the Battle Bunnies was born. I remember calling Krista on the way home after I started sketching up and saying, hey, look, this is what we're doing. And then by the next day, she was on board. And she's like, okay, let's do it. This was the way that we were going to be able to build that dream that we always wanted to.
That's awesome. So sorry about that. So who's all on the team? You have you and Krista. And then is it just you guys? You guys are the power couple just knocking this out, or is there anybody else helping out?
Yep. Go ahead, Krista. Wow. I know, because I just went on for a while.
We're partnered with Food Fight Studios. They're an Emmy Award-winning animation company. They've been around for years. They are the head of that will be here shortly. His name's John. And John is one of Frank's tattoo clients from years ago. So we've known John for years. Frank tattooed him back in the day, and
John's been collecting our artwork forever.
Oh wow!
What?
I said he's been collecting our artwork forever.
Yeah. So, once we got into NFTs, we had no idea about anything. First of all, we thought NFTs were just art on the blockchain. We had no idea that there was a community or utility, nothing. So we just jumped in like we would anything else, and John kind of saw what we were doing. He saw we had a Discord, this and that, and we had a call, and we were like, let's do this together. So your core team is Frank and I, and then John and Mike from Food Fight Studio. So John is the owner, and then Mike is the project manager. So the four of us, plus Food Fight is like 30 people. So they have animators, content producers, everything you can think of. So it's really all of us. But the core four is the four of us.
And the
Nice.
Fluffy family.
And
Fluffy
speaking
family.
of John, he just showed up. There he is.
You know, my kids don't know I have tattoos, man. But every
Welcome.
time you say that was a client of yours, now they
Sorry,
do.
buddy.
Now they do. But yes, no. Sorry to crash the party. I was listening to backstage to a little bit of the conversation, and like I loved it because I was just sitting back listening to y'all talk, and it was good. But sorry to crash it.
Well, welcome, man. Welcome.
Hell yeah. And actually, I did. This is the first. I have a lot of Frank's art, but this is the first piece that I ever collected. I just brought it out here for this one, and I bought this like 10 years ago for my boy who's now 9 to decorate his nursery. So like I've been a collector of his physical art for a long time, and the NFT world in the digital space has allowed me to collect a lot more than just 10 pieces or whatever the heck I have now.
Nice. Well, since you showed up, would you mind giving us an introduction, a little bit about yourself, and then your role with the team? Krista kind of went through it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think she nailed it. I think our group, Food Fight Studios, we've been kind of like animation industry outsiders in a lot of ways, right? We didn't like our head animator never went to animation school, or he did. He went to the school of YouTube. I never went to any filmmaking school, but we've been able to be nominated for multiple Emmys, won and for different things, for concerts, for documentaries, film. But really, we got our niche in just creating. Just taking audio, whatever that was, whether it's documentary music videos and animating that or creating different types of content for that. And we got our start kind of by accident. We were creating our own little goofy content around sports parody stuff. And a dude named Gary Vaynerchuk asked us to animate a little piece of audio that he had, which was a podcast. It blew up. And then the guest that he had on that show was a dude named James Altucher. And still work with James, become a good friend from there. And he just is like, hey, can you animate a bunch of my podcasts? And like three or four of those out of the first 10 of his guests were like, hey, can you animate my stuff? And before you know it, we're like animating audiobooks and a bunch of different stuff, and just getting random requests and just kind of getting passed around that little niche. But that's how it started, and with the Gary Vaynerchuk stuff, and knowing we think Gary is a thought leader, but like he's ahead of the game. So when he started talking about NFTs, I didn't understand it. It took me a full year to freaking understand what the hell this world was. And I was trying to figure it out from an animation standpoint. So what clicked is Gary is part of a project called Stoner Cats. And this was made it very simple for me. You had to own a Stoner Cats NFT to log on to their website, prove that you owned it, and then you could watch the cartoon. So like that's when I was like, okay, now it makes sense for animation. And around that time, I saw Frank and Krista had posted on Instagram that they were doing an NFT project, and it was like, yes, this is the thing that you should be doing. And I just sent them a message to congratulate them, and because I think that like this was the clear path for him, and that's when it kind of clicked, and here we are since.
That's awesome. It's a great story. So let's get into the project. Tell me about the Battle Bunnies NFT. You know, what do you guys got going on?
Who's got this?
I was gonna say, what don't we have going on?
Yeah, we got a lot going on.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Go ahead, start it off, Krista.
That pinned tweet right there will take you through our first year.
This one right here.
Yeah. So if you open up that thread, so we've done a lot. We started with, the Battle Bunnies, right? So there's 6 classes. Vikings and Valkyries are the main classes, as all Battle Bunnies were Vikings and Valkyries at one time. So a lot of our lore is like Norse mythology. So like the god is, the gods Freya, Odin, Valhalla, all that stuff. And then it goes much deeper. So we have Spartans. Those are our Genesis collection, because they are the elite guard. They're the strongest warriors we have, right? So they go out first to protect the Fluffle. A Fluffle is a group of bunnies. That's why you see everybody saying, "Hey, Fluffle fam."
Okay.
That is our group, our community. So 6 classes. Basically, if you ever played an RPG game like that, you pick your class. So our Discord is set up like a game. You come in, complete the quest, and pick your side. So
That's right.
yeah, started with Spartans. We did these unique one-of-one collector cards. If you click on any of those images there, you'll see those. So there was 300 Spartans. We made 300 cards, hand signed them all. And you'll see the little icons with the numbers. Those are actually the traits on OpenSea. So every trait in your Battle Bunny NFT, whether it's a Spartan or one of the other classes, all the traits are ranked in RPG format. Frank and I are big nerds, big gamers, you know, been in the video games since Sega and Nintendo. So we're putting everything into this project, everything we love. So each trait is ranked like that, from uncommon all the way up to legendary and mythic. So these cards showed those traits off, and then they look like that in the end. So they were encapsulated, sealed for forever for protection. The only way to open them is to break them. And some of them are holographic. You see that King Leonidas right there is holographic, because that's one of the most highest ranked.
I don't have one of those, and I'm very bitter about it.
I got
Me either. This is my highest rank to have in general.
All right.
But I think
So we made these. There's 300, just like the Spartans, and actually sent them out to all the holders. So all the holders have them in their possession, and that was just part of the utility for that collection.
Nice. And I seen right here, is this a charity, 5,105 trees planted?
Yeah, so the first two, every drop we do, we're going to be partnering with a charity. That's big for me personally, and Frank and everybody as well. I ran an animal rescue down here for a little bit before COVID hit, and then COVID kind of killed that. So this is our way of kind of bringing that back. So the first two drops we did, which was the Spartans and the Series 1, we partnered with One Tree Planted. They're amazing, huge global organization. They plant one tree per dollar. You can literally go to their website right now and plant a tree for $1, and you can pick where you want it to be planted. So,
wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, at the time when we did that, ETH was around $3,400. So like when we released our first collection, this was back before, you know, everything kind of crashed and everything was like skyrocketing at the time. And that's when we launched the Genesis collection. And so it was 300, and we're so happy, you know, we sold out that collection in 48 hours, and that kind of gave us the launch pad to really build and create everything from there.
I was just going to add too on things, because this is not new. When I was looking through old emails when we first started this like journey together in this NFT, and it's been a hell of a journey. I looked at some old emails that I got from their tattoo shop, because now we know, I guess. I was a client over there, and I got an email from them, and the last email was they were doing an event, and it was like an art show, but it was to like benefit some sort of cute furry animal at that point. So like this is stuff they've done forever, and even more reasons why I was just like these are real people, and I've known that for a while, but like we always got to do something together. We've always said we were, like, this is the time, and it just kind of worked out.
That's awesome. Now you guys were talking about the RPG game. Is that up and playable right now, or is that something coming in the future?
So we have
So yes and no, right? We have a custom game in our Discord that's you can play right now. It's called the Rabbit Hole game, and you can win NFTs in there. You can go on quests and battle foes and all that stuff, and you actually battle as your class. So like I mentioned the classes before, if you come into this Discord, you pick Shaman, you will be using potions in the game. If you're a Viking, you'll be using the sword. So we have that game right now, and that's the Rabbit Hole right there on your screen.
And that's essentially, it's like a text-based RPG. If you remember old school text-based RPGs, but all the artwork in the Rabbit Hole was done by us. And that's one of the big things too, for like with this project, every single thing that we implement into the project is all hand-drawn and painted. Like every class icon, every little thing we draw ourselves, right? So we don't use anything else. Everything has to fit into this world. And that was one of the biggest things about creating this world too, right? We wanted to build this world and build this story and have people feel like they can be their character within this world, almost like an escape. And I think for me as a kid, right, I always escaped into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. I escaped into my fantasy novels or my sci-fi novels. It was the same thing with me drawing these characters. And so now as an adult, it's like I'm almost trying to bring back that nostalgic feeling of being a kid and building this world where, everyone could kind of escape to and see themselves how they want to see themselves. And it's not just us as adults, we have a lot of people that are coming in as couples, like husband and wife, or getting their kids involved because they love the artwork. It's very like Harry Potter-esque, Star Wars, that kind of thing. I always wanted, that was one of the things. We want to make sure that everything we do is kind of has that premise when we're building this world.
I wouldn't call you an adult, man. I wouldn't call you that.
I am absolutely not. Krista will tell you.
What you guys are also selling yourself short on stuff. So like, how many hops have been so hops are messages in that RPG game in Discord. How many have there been at this point? Do you have any idea?
Well over 1 million. I think.
Well over 1 million.
We were well over 1 million a while ago.
Yep.
Yeah, we were blowing the records out of the water there with the rabbit hole game, and it's a lot of fun. We're about to do an update on it as well, bring in some more quests and stuff.
So it'd be like an expansion essentially on the rabbit hole with new quests, new like side missions and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Cool.
and then the reason.
Do you have to be a holder of NFT to play that game?
No. So you can just jump into Discord now, but actually if you come into our Discord, you have to go on a quest, right? You can't just verify, right? You actually have to enter the quest, complete your quest into, get into our world. But once you're in, you can actually jump in the rabbit hole, start hopping, play, level up your character. But as a holder, that's the only way to unlock legendary bosses and unlock legendary chests, which legendary chests will guarantee you a collectible NFT out of it, which were those class icons you kind of saw before, the pirate and all of that. But there's also a chance to pull a Series 1 bunny out of there as well. So, but you have to be a holder in order to get those legendary chests. But, you could prestige in there and win prestige NFT icons and stuff. So you can play as a non-holder.
I thought that was really cool when I joined the Discord. I don't think I've ever seen it to where you had to actually go through some quests. It was fun. I was like, what is it? The first time when I first jumped in, I was like, where's everything at? And I was like, oh, I got to do some quests. And then that was pretty neat. That was a cool little feature you guys did right there. I thought that was fun.
I heard the beginning. Krista.
Exactly. I was going to say the same thing. I heard the beginning of the stuff where Krista was like, I'm the community manager. Like, Krista's the whole damn project. Like, she keeps this whole thing together. It was a community member, Aaron, his idea, but Krista like put that to work, and it's gotten rave reviews. And she's let me know it because she sends me screenshots of all of these comments that they get of saying, this is the best onboarding experience I've ever gotten. So that's all.
Happy it works because I didn't know. It was a lot of work to put together, and I'm actually about to redo it so that it's all in one channel, so you don't have to hop around the channels. It'll be a little easier to navigate.
It's a lot of work. You can tell just by looking at the Discord. A lot of work went into that. This whole project, it looks really good. I'm glad to have you guys on because I have been really wanting to learn more about this project. And you got Marissa in the chat. She says, "Yep, my 5-year-old loves watching the live drawing." So do you do live drawing on the Discord?
Thank you, Marissa. Yes, so every Friday night we have a drink and draw, and essentially we're here in the Discord in the artist showcase, we call it. I share the screen, and I just work on artwork for the project. So like most of the artwork you see throughout everywhere, I've done a lot of it live, and so everybody there, right, the community or Fluffle fam, they're essentially hanging out, watching, and they'll make suggestions, or I'll ask them, I'll be like, hey, what do you think I should do with this? Or what do you think? And they'll just suggest things, and I'll say, all right, let's do that. And we just kind of add this stuff in, and they kind of help like co-create not just the world, but the artwork that's going in there as well. Like that animation that you have there, that's Imaginook Falls, and that whole painting was done live in the Discord, and that was over a period of days, so people really got to watch that because that painting I think took about 4 days to complete. But people got to just watch that come to life, along with everything else. They even got to pick traits that went into the Series 1 collection.
Wow. It looks great. Now, how many classes are there, and what are the classes?
There's 6 classes. The Genesis, the Elite Spartan Guard, the Elite Guard, which are the Spartans, and then we have the Vikings, Valkyries, Pirates, Shamans, and Sorcerers.
Okay, cool. And they each have their own. When you guys do the quest, they each have their own set of weapons. And okay.
Yep. And it's determined by you, right? So when you come in and when you take the quest that Krista set up, you have to choose your class essentially. And if you're not sure, you know, because it tells you a little bit about each class, Krista created a quiz too, almost like the Harry Potter. I'll let you tell about it, Krista, because you put all that work into it.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, there's a quiz. So after you complete the quest and you open up the Discord, your last step is to pick your side. So I'm sure, Chaka, what side did you pick?
I believe
Say it.
I think I'm a shaman.
Ah, dude, what the hell,
I gotta
man?
let me double check.
Yeah,
Because I know on every I used to play World of Warcraft, all that stuff. I always pick a mage or a shaman.
Yeah. So what's funny is you can actually go back to pick your side, and you can take the quiz and make sure that you're a shaman.
Oh,
you can do the quiz, and the quiz will ask you, you know, some fun questions, and you can see what you get.
And Chuck, if you didn't know, I was also a huge WoW fan since beta. So I was one of the beta testers for WoW.
Oh man, I have been I got addicted. It's addicting. I love that game, and I had to stop because, you know, it was either WoW or my wife. So, but man, I think now I've got the time to where I'm gonna start playing again. But the game's changed so much.
Yeah, I've heard, but a lot of the artwork for this and a lot of stuff that we create for this is very Blizzard inspired. It's like a cross between Blizzard and Don Bluth, if you're familiar with.
And I think that's what attracted me to it. That's totally what it reminded me of. I was like, this already looks like a Blizzard, you know, style art. Like this game already looks cool, or the art already looks cool. So I was like, let's check it out.
Yeah, and then just to talk about the game aspect. So the reason I said yes and no before is that we have a trading card game in the works, and the community is actually putting that together. So it's in round 2 of playtesting right now, but that is going to use like everything, the story, the traits on the bunnies, the actual weapons we have in our collection. So literally everything is tied together in this big web. And everything is connected. So whether it's the rabbit hole game, the Discord, the Twitter, the website, the actual NFT collections, all of it is meshed together and works together.
Nice.
Is there an image or a tweet of that the TCG game or not? What that was like one of the coolest things for me is the community did it on their own. Like none of us three or Mike.
You can see it on our website actually.
Okay, cool.
If you go to the battlebunnies.io, you'll see a little sneak peek. So the team behind the TCG is actually our community members, right? That team is built from the community. And we finished the first round of play testing, got a huge amount of feedback from everybody. And we're now doing the second round where we implemented a lot of the feedback, suggestions, and thoughts. And we're about to launch the second round of playtesting to see how these new mechanics will play into it. So if you go into the project, you should see the TCG.
Oh, nice. You guys didn't have this. Isn't linked to your guys' Twitter, huh?
Should be.
It is on the Shoreby link. It's
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, this is the first time I'm seeing this. Let me catch up to the chat really quick. I'm getting behind. I'm getting all excited.
Yep.
To check this out. Laura Ashley says Krista runs the project and she's a Valkyrie. Therefore, Valkyries are the best.
They are
right.
Right.
That is right.
That's
Tim
our
Hawthorne.
pirate Morphy, yeah. He's a pirate. He lost his clothes in the novel. He's just upset about that.
And you guys got a novel too. You're right.
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
got a lot going
Yeah.
on. And everybody in chat, I appreciate you guys showing up, just showing a lot of love. Is it the Fluffle fam?
Yep.
It used to be until like there's no Spartan representatives here, so it used to be the Fluffle fam. But I see Tim, calling me out with this little pirate talk. So,
there's a lot of pirates in the chat right now.
Yeah, there's
Overlord,
always a lot of pirates around.
Yep.
Overlord saying this is awesome, loves the artwork, and Finn saying hello.
Hello, Overlord.
Hey, Mothy Vikings, don't lose our clothes. Okay, so the trading card. This is the TCG right here.
Yeah, so that's like concept, right, of the like card design and stuff. And if you scroll down, you can see so those are the play mats. So we did actually print out the play mats and stuff to start like play testing live. And then there's like a digital on the right there. That's like uploaded digital version. See how it play test. And now we're making changes as we're implementing new mechanics into everything. You could see like the concept cards. Those were the cards that were printed out, cut out, on like card stock so that we could run like test mechanics and then uploaded onto digital platforms so that we could play not just in person, but from wherever. And it just gave us ways to be able to test out the game, the mechanics. And now we got so much great feedback that we're going into round 2, of like
Nice.
with some new ideas, making it a little bit different.
Yeah, it looks complicated, but there's going to be 2 versions. So there's going to be a very simple version where you don't need a play mat, you don't need anything. You just play with the cards, almost like War. If you guys remember War back in the day, when you're a kid. And then there will be the more advanced version with the game mat where you have, strategy and all that kind of stuff.
Wow, that's really cool. Are you going to be able to upgrade your characters that you have? Can they level up?
Yeah. There's a lot going into this, and it's going to tie into the NFTs. It's going to be really, really cool.
And the reason I don't know anything about this is because I had nothing to do with it, and that's the coolest freaking part. Like, this was literally like, Tim, Miss Firefly, which Laura, Crayjar, and like there's 10 or 11 people in here that were like, we love trading card games. Let's freaking we love the story. Let's create a game, and that's what's happened. So I can't wait to play it as a fan of what they've created.
Yeah, it looks.
I
really
only
cool.
know because I sneak into the meetings.
Yep.
Oh, we got ASMR fan in the chat. Hey, how's it going? Appreciate you showing up. Appreciate you. K-Dub, I'll rep the sorcerers. Other sorcerers also.
Yes, yeah. Sorcerers, shamans, pirates, Vikings, Valkyries, and Spartans. And it all goes with the novel, right? It all goes with the story, which that's probably one of the biggest things we did. That's the foundation for the Battle Bunnies world.
Wow.
Everything goes with it, and almost every character, pretty much every character in the novel is a Fluffle family member, one of our original Genesis, like Spartans and stuff. They all became a part of this novel. So essentially, Narf the Mad is one of the main characters in the book, which hence is me. It was based off of me. Christikins is actually Queen Christikins in the novel. And if you once again, you go under the project, you'll get to see it. I should have the first edition of the hardcovers in hand, I think, about a week, right, John?
Yeah, I think they're scheduled right now to ship on the 28th. So 6 days is when the first edition, first 100 copies ever, you'll be in your hands, Frank. I can't wait to check it out.
Wow, that is awesome.
And if everybody who's listening here, and if you go to the website, if you go to this page, you enter your email, you'll be sent a free a copy to listen to the Audible version right now. So we actually have an Audible version, which was done professional, like Audible actress did the voice, like the reading and character voices and all of that stuff. And you'll get to hear the whole audiobook for a limited time. And then
that's great, man. And the art on that looks cool. I can see my youngest wanting to check this out.
So that's Hoplite. He's the main character, right? He's the unlikely Spartan, essentially. Or I don't want to ruin stuff from the book, but if you under the project, if you go to the art, it's the first thing you'll see. The character versions, the novel character versions. They're Battle Bunnies, but for the novel and all of this stuff, for animation purposes, all of that, I kind of wanted to recreate them, so it's like novel character style of the Battle Bunnies, and then you have the generative collections, which are the NFTs. We couldn't do this way for the NFTs, which are essentially one of ones. We did generative for all the NFT collections, so it's like you kind of get both in this world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that looks great. Chat's going. Everybody's chatty today. We got 8 more subs. LFG road to 1K. That is awesome. Like, 8 subs away. Never thought that I would.
We roll deep.
Yeah, you guys. Let's see, Dave, a Spartan, and Sad Shakehead, or Head Shake.
Yeah, we have a lot of class rivalry, if you can't tell.
Yeah, I love it. Chaka invited the Battle Bunnies. Instant like and sub from Disco for All. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate it. Dustin Hightower saying hello. The audio is really good. I need to check that out. I'm going to put in my email and check that out. And this tree right here, at the little clip I played at the beginning, there was you were painting it in Discord, right?
Yes, correct. That was the first landscape, land piece that I did for the Battle
Yeah,
Bunny
that's
world.
the bunny heart tree. So that's like the mother tree, and her roots go through the whole island. So she's in the book, and then if you go inside, you see the little tunnel. It's all lit up. If you go in there, you can go down levels, and there's the Hall of Heroes in there, and there's tons of stuff in there. So
And the
this
grimoire is in there.
tree is huge, huge. If
Wow.
you see the little tiny bunny there, that tree is huge, and you can see that tree right now in VR as well.
Oh
It's a
wait, you guys got VR also?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So that whole tree is modeled out. And when you go in there, it's like amazing. Cause like when I was looking at this, and like, let's build out the VR model. All right, Frank, how big is this? He's like, look at that little bunny over there. I was like, shit, this is big.
Yeah.
How the hell are we going to model this? But yeah, we have a VR world where you can actually walk in there and fly up to it and stuff like that. I would say we did. It was on a platform called AltSpace VR, which is Microsoft, and they bounced. But we have all of the assets to bring it into the new world, and there is a VR world now that you can go and visit that Frank created. But we also have we'll be importing that tree, which is legit and already
sure.
done.
We're gonna wind up moving because from one platform to the other because of what happened with AltSpace. But I also started building a spatial for us.
Oh, nice.
So you get to explore that.
So how can we go to the VR side of things? Is it through the website, or is it just going to be the spatial that you're building out?
Yeah, so right now it's just the spatial because of that AltSpace VR kind of going out of business or whatever you want to call it. Until we move everything over to another platform. We have the spatial right now. So that link is in our Discord under the VR World channel, under the heart tree. And now you understand the heart tree category in Discord is that beautiful tree right there.
That was also the first, it was an airdropped NFT. So to all our Spartan holders, we turned the bunny heart tree because this was the beginning. They were all there to see her come to life. They were there to support us from the beginning, and so we turned her into a collectible NFT and airdropped one of them to each of our Spartan holders at the time.
And you can buy that in the rabbit hole. So if you get 10,000 gold carats, you can buy her as an NFT, and we've already had a few people do that. So you can earn your way into all these collectibles and stuff that, just because you weren't a Spartan holder before, it doesn't matter. You can get them other ways.
So that's what you earn is golden carats in the the Discord game.
There's two currencies. There's regular carats, which you use to upgrade your weapons as you move into new lands, and then there's the gold carats, which then you could use to buy whitelisted projects that we're partnered with. You could buy the bunny heart tree, like Krista said, and there's like other things. There's like a gold carat shop essentially that you use your gold carats for.
You guys were not joking. You actually have a whole lot going on. I want to go back just a little bit to for real. This is for real.
We haven't even talked about the Scyther games and the internal Scyther currency and stuff that's going on now in the Discord.
Yeah. now is your novel, is it was it illustrated or is it not?
Oh, no, it's 162 or 172
74 pages.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, there's like little sketches. So if you look in the Discord at the novel channel, you'll see how it's set up. And at the beginning of each chapter,
actually, I can show. If you give me a minute to set up, I can do a screen share real quick and kind of give a sneak peek of what the interiors look like.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be cool.
Give me a second.
So where can we buy the? I haven't even asked by normal questions that I ask. Like, where can we buy it? No. That's good. That's great. So
so it's not available yet. It's going to be released in the next few weeks. So, for now, put your email in there, submit it, and then you'll be on that list to get everything. And we'll of course be, putting this out on Twitter and in the Discord and everything like that. But it's not available for purchase just yet.
The hardcover, like we were saying earlier, is that within the next week and a half, I should have the first edition. We'll have 100 copies of the first edition, which will all be autographed by us, and that will be the first edition of the hardcovers. And then we'll have other editions after, but these are going to be special.
So what about the NFTs? Where can we purchase the NFTs? Is it just on OpenSea?
Yep. We're not minting right now, so everything is on secondary. Everything's on OpenSea. our next mint is coming up around Easter, so end of March, early April, and that will be the dragons.
Okay.
That will be dragon eggs, which you'll be able to hatch into dragons, and depending on how long you hold the egg, will determine the age of your dragon. So, that's a whole nother podcast. But
Yeah. Now, what about the utilities? What are the benefits of holding it? I already know there's a lot,
yeah,
game wise in that. But is there, for somebody who doesn't play games and they purchase an NFT, is there a benefit for having that NFT for them?
There's so many. Let me just jump in because there's so many that we'll be here for another hour just talking about the different utilities. But I think, look, for me, the biggest one that I think is that they get to be a character in this novel that is no joke. This literally reads like Harry Potter. So if any Battle Bunny holder, they come in the Discord, they'll see Frank drawing. We've been in sessions where people have said like, "Hey, what about like you should put a hand grenade in there," and like he's done it, right, and it's become a trait. And he said that before, but
The holy hand grenade.
the holy hand
The
grenade,
holy hand grenade.
right? But there's been contests where people have named the land. So like you just pulled up the shaman swamp over there that was named as a contest by a community member, and now it's called the Mystic Myrrh. Most of the characters are the characters that you would find in our Discord. So Narf is your boy Frank there. Queen Christikins is Queen Christikins right here as well. And Miss Firefly, like they're all characters in this book.
Yep.
So that is the biggest part for me. Is you literally get to sit down with George Lucas, which is Frank and Krista, while they're creating these characters, and you actually get to like be in the writer's room and like make suggestions, and like all of this is, you could say like it's amazing art. It's but Jackbeard right there was a character that was named by Mike, and he was there's a backstory that Frank drew off of that. So as much as that art looks amazing, and that's like the cornerstone of this whole thing, along with Krista the Backbone, the community members have like named these characters, and that's what's come to life with it.
That is super cool. That is
And,
super
like,
cool.
For example, like you see, like the people we're seeing now in the chat and stuff like that, Tim Hawthorne, it's actually Pirate Mothy in Discord, but he's also Pirate Mothy in the novel, and he loses his clothes to Sonya because he gets tricked out of him. And so we've been searching for Pirate Mothy's clothes forever. Now, like Laura, that's Miss Firefly in the novel. She heads the Valkyrie Village, and these people have been with us since the beginning. Dave Newland is actually our Commander Frost. He's Commander Frost in the novel. He leads the Spartan Water Guard. And Spartans, it's like they literally get immortalized in these novels as characters. And you kind of, it's about bringing people into this world and giving them something to be a part of, help co-create with us, and be able to share on for generations. You read the book to your kid and be like, hey, that character's daddy, or you see this one, or even your kid. Like, we've had people create their ultimate heroes, which is a whole other thing that we have going on. But some of them have let their kids come in and build the ultimate hero and name them, and now those bunnies are there named for their kids, and they get to be a part of the world.
That is awesome.
One thing we can do here, like with so the Ultimate Heroes is there's only 50 of them, and some were minted, but most of them were collected all the different classes. But what that allowed them to do was come in to the Discord, and they sit with Frank and Krista, and all of the traits, like they open the Photoshop file, and all of the traits are there, and they're allowed to pick, like, I want this in the right hand, or I want this laser eyes. Like, they create it. And the icing on the cake is when they name their character, like the way we set up our contract is you can name it in the metadata. So it doesn't say like Battle Bunny number whatever. It actually will say Hoplite or Narf or Large Marge is one of mine. So it can say whatever you want in that is accustomed to the lore. So it's very cool.
And that
is awesome.
In the Series 1 collection. So the Genesis, that's the 300 that you're just looking at. Those are the Spartans. Those are really difficult to come across and get them now. But the Series 1 collection, which I think there's a link in the description.
There's a link up there, yeah.
One, or it's on the website too. That's the one that we have the dynamic metadata in. That's the one that actually follows the novel, right? We released the other 5 classes. Those bunnies came out. Then after that, it was the Invasion, of the of the contract where the samurai squirrels come in, and then we released on Halloween the ghost bunnies into that collection. Then we did a whole other special mini collection for Christmas that we just wanted to do as another holders only.
Pause, Frank.
I know, man. So
we're all guilty of it, man.
Chaka, like,
oh, I'm trying to take as much as I can. Now, did you want me to show this screen?
Sure, yeah, let's do it. So this is a sneak peek of what the final cover. So this is the dust jacket, as they call it. So it's the hardcover book, and this is the stuff that will like wrap around the hardcover book. So this is the final version that went out. That's the cover of it. It's the real deal. It tells about it. What do we have as our origin story? It kind of tells how this book kind of came to be and how it was Frank and Krista's vision, how they always wanted to do this. And then, we linked up, and then the community members made these backstories and all that stuff. And then we put this in like a 3-act structure. And then we brought in the dude on the left, which is Cruton in our community, and Greg, who's a professional author and I've known for a long time. He's a dude that I brought in to meet Frank 3 years ago or 4 years ago to like bring on like the other project that we were trying to pitch the traditional way. It just kind of tells the story, how it works. And then we were talking about the interiors a little bit, right? So I'll actually show that. Can you see that? Because I'm not on looking on this. Okay,
cool. Yeah, we see it.
So you can see some of the illustrations. This is a sneak peek, man. No one's seen this except for the group. So we got the map that kind of lays it all out, and that's some shit I shouldn't have been showing there. But here's some of the art. So the answer to your question is it illustrated? Each chapter has a sketch, a black and white sketch that kind of tees it up for there.
Oh, so, I love it.
So
that looks awesome.
It's legit, man. So I'll stop sharing that one.
I like how you were very careful with your scrolling. You're like,
I was not careful enough.
But it's a hero's journey, a tale of unlikely adventures. The dialogue is funny. It's great. It's heartfelt. It's like really is a wonderful little adventure novel, and takes you into the world of the Battle Bunnies. And like I said, almost every character in there is somebody in our Discord and like part of our Fluffle family.
That is awesome. So how do you? I guess you purchased an NFT to be able to name your character and be part of the story.
Yeah, so I want to mention that you don't necessarily have to buy one. So each month, if you join our Discord and you complete your quest, that's all you got to do. You are entered to win a Battle Bunny. So one winner a month that will win a Battle Bunny and become a holder. You get to name them, all that stuff. Another way to earn your way into the project, and be a holder is the Cider games. So that is something huge that we're doing right now. You earn Cider in Discord, and you do that various different ways.
And Cider Cider in the novel, like these bunnies go feral if they don't have Cider, which is magical water. So that's what Cider is in this world. So our currency in the Discord is Cider. And sorry to interrupt you, Krista.
No, you're good. Yeah, I'm gonna throw a link in the private chat, Chaka, if you want to.
What you're looking at now, Chaka, was the special thing we did for this Christmas. It was an exclusive holders only thing, and that's a little tale that me and Krista wrote for the characters that we released in the collection. It's actually a little flip book, so you can flip through and see it. It's a Battle Bunnies Christmas.
Oh,
tale.
That's cool.
But the Hooligans are essentially this. It's like this 13 Days of Mischief is a little tale told to young kits, which kits are baby bunnies, on the holidays or the Yuletide to make sure that they behave themselves.
Hey, this is sick, man.
You just got to get in. It all makes sense once you get in, man.
Yeah. I got to get in there. I'm in there already. I gotta navigate a little bit more, catch myself up. Somebody in the chat did say something about custom paintings. That can be one.
Yeah, that was Tim. So I do giveaways every now and then for holders to win custom paintings by me. So Tim won one. I did one for Commander Frost. Breaky just won one. So yeah, and I'll paint it live, ship it to you.
And there's also a custom painting hidden in the Cider games, as well as
so that's the Cider games right there. So that's us opening the prize vault. So when somebody reaches a certain level of cider, which is that water that you can earn in Discord,
Mhm.
we open the vault. So you don't know what's in the levels until somebody gets there. So this was level 5, and
Oh,
it's a
okay.
series 1 Viking. So if you get 500 cider, you can buy a Battle Bunny.
And also
Nice.
that video, that painting there, that was also done
Mhm.
live in the Discord. That portal, like that vault, that's all was all painted live in the Discord with everyone.
Do
So
you have set days where you're doing the live paintings, or is it just random? Oh, you did
Friday
say
night,
okay, and you called
Friday
it
at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Drink and draw.
drink and drop. I love it. That
Bring
sounds
your
great.
drink, we draw.
Drink and draw.
But we also do impromptu, like whenever I'm sitting at the computer here, like working on all the artwork, I'll just pop into the artist showcase. Most of us are all hanging out together in the artist showcase on the daily. And whether we're drawing or working on the project or playing poker, with Dead Poker Society or in VR, like we're usually all together, and you kind of really always get to be a part of everything. But we
it's
do
more
a lot of artwork in the Discord.
It's more efficient
Nice.
for me, instead of calling or texting Frank and Krista, just to like look at the Battle Bunny server, because they're mostly in the voice chat, like drawing stuff. So that's my first go-to.
That's really cool. I definitely want to. I got to stop by one of these Fridays and check it out, man. That's cool. And it's
Yeah,
every Friday.
8 o'clock Eastern. Yep. Yeah. So the cider is really cool. It's basically I did this, to reward the community for the work they were already doing on Twitter, and in Discord. So like for being here tonight, everybody gets 2 cider, but they have to like your video and they have to subscribe.
Oh,
And
nice.
they have to say hi in the chat. So that's they're all getting their cider tonight. But that's just an example. Like it's just stuff you're already doing. And you'll get 25 cider for joining the quest. So Chaka, you already got 25, man.
Cool, man. This is great. I really like this.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. Anything else? I mean, I had the basic questions for. I wasn't quite sure that what I was getting into today.
I'm sorry.
No. That's great. Share more, please. The floor is yours. What else would you like to share? You want people to see?
What questions do you have, man? Is my curiosity, because we can talk. We love this thing so much that we can just talk all night and spin heads, including our own. So
all my questions are pretty much answered in a roundabout way, and the way I do my AMAs, it's always where you came from, backstories about yourself, about the project, about the team, and everything's been already hit on point just by you guys talking about the project. So I'm like, let's just talk about the project, because you guys answered everything on just by speaking about it.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, I guess the only thing you haven't looked at is the merch, which we're excited about. We haven't done clothing yet. This is a hoodie that I'm wearing, but we're just so picky on quality that we're still messing around. But as soon as we get one, I'm sending you a shirt, Chuck.
Oh, and I'll have that up in the background, or I'll wear it for sure.
it's still my account, so not if he's a shaman, Krista. I'm gonna deny that. I'm gonna deny that.
So where can I look at the merch section?
Yeah, that's all on the website as well.
It's on here on shop.
So, yeah, you go to shop. So another cool thing, those Spartan cards, which we talked about before, you can actually buy those on the website as well. But there's all our merch. We have some mugs, hats, canvas prints. Those are all hand signed by Frank, by the way, those canvas prints.
Nice. And this is the hat you have on right now, right, Frank?
Yep, that's Sonya right there.
Yep. Wait.
Yeah, that's the hat. Yep.
Yep, that's the hat.
Yeah.
These are really cool. I like that mouse pad. That's sick.
Yeah.
Snag one, because those are coming off soon. Those are limited, so.
Oh yeah.
Those are coming off soon.
And some of that is in the cider games as well. So that was level 3 or 4 in the cider game. So you can turn in your cider for some of that merch.
And these right here, these are the paintings. Like this one right here that's out of stock. These are paintings. How big are they?
They're 12 by 12, but
Those
they're
are
like
prints.
those are canvas prints. So
All Frank's artwork is digital.
Mhm.
The custom paintings they were talking about before are my paintings.
Oh, nice.
right,
Okay,
so
cool.
those canvases, those are just those are signed canvas prints. They're high quality canvas prints. of
Yeah, they're gallery wrapped, you know, really thick, ready to hang. Everything, the colors, you know, immaculate.
I have one up there, but I'm not going to get up because I have like, you know, my boxers on. I don't have real pants underneath this stuff, so I'm not going to do it.
Oh, I have
Same here. I just put a sweater on. I rarely have a.
But yeah, those are actually signed by us, right? So eventually we'll have like non-signed canvas prints that you could get. But it's the same thing. There's one of the that's the Queen Hare's Revenge pirate ship. And the same thing, like with the novel, the first ones that are coming out are going to be autographed, and then there will be like soft covers and all of that are just.
Can I show them the new ones, Frank? I'm going to grab a new one.
Go ahead.
Let's see. We got Disco saying, "Chaka, grab a buddy and name it. Write the backstory. Come join." So where can I pick up a buddy if I wanted to jump in?
OpenSea.
Oh yeah, OpenSea. Okay.
OpenSea, sir, yes.
So I'll tell you this. First off, Chaka, where are you at, man? Where are you from? I didn't even.
I'm over here in California. I'm like
cool.
About an hour from LA.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's the Series 1 collection, right? So the ones that you were looking at before is the Spartan collection. There was only 300 of them, and there's, you know, the Spartans are the Genesis. That's the gold standard to get in those worlds. They kind of always will be. The Spartans always, whatever drops that we have, the Spartans always get the next drop for free, right? So it's a way just to reward the early supporters that really helped us get this project going, because all of the money that we got in that first drop back in March, almost a year ago, went right back into the development of this. So you see the Hooligans, you see the Series 1 bunnies, and then you see the Ghost bunnies. The Spartans got each one of those for free as we go.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And then this is your Series 1 collection. And again, it's interesting because I think we're the first, and everybody always says, hey, we're the first NFT collection to do that. We're so in our own bubble. Who the hell knows? Who the hell cares? But like, this is when we created this novel, in this collection, everything you see here is what's in the real book. So it's going to end, and I'm not going to ruin the story for you because you got to listen to it for free right now. battlebunnies.io/novel. And for a limited time, you can get the audiobook completely for free to listen to right now. So understand the story. But inside this, when you listen to it, all the characters of this are in that book. So it's one of the first, if not the first, NFT collection that has all of the things inside of it. It's not just one drop, this drop, that drop. Like, it's all connected. And it's going to end off the dragons and another enemy that is at the end of the book. And it's going to wrap up the Series 1, which we are just ending here, starting next month.
That is awesome. Now the Hooligans, are they a bad guy, good guy? Or
right, so they're not in the novel. They're in that tale that you were looking through, that little flip book. So they're just a tale. They're a Christmas tale that we released as a special thing, and that was an exclusive holders only mint. And that one, it sold out in less than a day, right? 20.
Yeah, but it's the tale that the Battle Bunnies tell their kids this Christmas story tale in this world. And
every year it's like the night before Christmas. It's just like that.
Okay, nice.
More like Dr. Seuss style. So these Hooligans do horrible things. So there's 13 different ones. Okay, you have hoarders, swipers, and lickers. And then you have Grilla right there. If you click on her, you see Grilla. That's the Hooligan's mother. So that's got my signature on it because I painted her. So Frank sketched her out and I painted her. So that's the Hooligan's mother. Okay, so they're like these beasts, goblins, and one of them comes down each night from the mountain, comes to the bunnies' houses, and they do horrible things. And this is to keep the little bunnies to behave. So it's kind of like, Krampus.
Like Krampus, yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that was a little tale and something special and exclusive that we wanted to do for holders only. And so that was a holders only mint. These are all the other classes. You could see I think if you scroll up just a little, you could see how some of them are named. Right? So as people name them, you go up a little.
Oh, right here, yeah.
Yeah, you start to see. So those are like some of the named bunnies.
Yeah, like Chrysican's up there on the right up.
So if you buy a Battle Bunny, you can name it, right? First off, definitely read the lore, understand it, but you can buy it, and we'll change the name in this to your Battle Bunny name.
That is really cool. And whoever got this one, I love that. Sidious Rubicus. But it's
Ravicus.
Ravicus
Yeah.
with the lightsabers. That's really cool.
Yep. So that was and that was also there's a tale. If you go, there's a Bunny Tales channel where everybody's writing the stories, and our Miss Firefly or Laura in your chat there, she's been writing some amazing stories for her bunnies, and she also wrote an amazing story for the one who owned that series, Ravicus. Yeah.
And
Now, you
all
did
of those
mention-
stories get collected up, and that's the start of how we kind of construct the next book. So the next book, this is the start of it. We're putting in the backstories, and when the next book comes, this is the inspiration that we glean from. So everybody's got a chance to be in the next book.
That is awesome.
If you actually click on any one of the bunnies and you look into the metadata, they're ranked by oh, that's me. There's Narf the man. And if you scroll down to so you see the metadata, but if you go under stats, you can see like how each piece is ranked out of the whole collection. And if you click on levels, you can see the level of that bunny.
Oh wow! And
Yes,
that can change, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
So that's how our rarity is determined. So it doesn't matter if something is shown up 0.01% times. Like our rarity depends on your level to your bunny. So meaning the higher level, the more rare. So this is a hero because it's Narf the Mad. So he's a main character. So he's a hero. He gets that extra 100 points just for being a hero. So like the ultimate heroes will get extra points. If it's a mythic, it gets a bonus. So down the road when we do the trading card game and all these things, there will be ways to upgrade your bunnies to a higher level.
Wow.
There's so many things in the works and so many things that we work on implementing. We co-create all of this with the community, right? We take suggestions from them. We bring things back to them to see what they would enjoy. So it's for us, it's been such an amazing journey or start of this amazing journey to see what's happened in just a year.
Yeah. You mentioned samurai squirrels earlier. Is that is that gonna? Are there anything?
Yeah, I'll show you them right now. I'll drop a link for you.
Cool.
Yep, that's just a teaser because there's one in the rabbit hole. So it's not just samurai squirrels coming, right? We have medieval mice. There's other civilizations out there. But it all evolves as the story evolves. But yes, samurai squirrels are a big thing, and I don't want to give room stuff to come. I think you got to listen to the audio, right? And then you're going to be like, oh, damn, samurai squirrels, okay. And you'll see how the dragons come into play and all of that.
Nice.
Yes, Series 2 collection, and you'll start to meet. And I'm starting to develop the concept art now for the samurai squirrels, their world, and all of that stuff. So that's all something that's going to be we'll be creating live and stuff.
So
I'm digging this project. This is really cool. Good job. I mean, it's fun. The art is great, and it just keeps coming and coming and coming. There's a lot to it.
There's a lot, and I get it. I appreciate you bearing with us, man. Need like a Monster energy drink to get through this thing. So, but I do. It's just important to explain because there is a lot because there's been so much going on. What you're looking at now is the Invasion collection. So, how this kind of came about was when we jumped into this NFT space, quote unquote. There was all these rules and this is how you had to do it. And like things have evolved so much that we didn't know, like our team at like Food Fight, we didn't know anything about NFTs really. We didn't know about smart contracts. We didn't know anything. So we just kind of learned as we were going. And the Genesis collection, we had a buddy of ours, Juan, who's amazing developer, and he rocked that out. And Series 1, we had different developers to do it, but they just gave us these constraints, and there were some things that like there was no tools that allowed us to really do the things that we wanted to do. So like we felt like we were handcuffed in the storytelling, but also like the value that we could give. We felt we were handcuffed in this. So this Invasion collection actually was our original Series 1. So we minted to this point, and what we did was we were like, you know what, let's add to the story, like put this in the story and migrate all of the Series 1 bunnies from this contract into a new contract. So whatever you had a bunny in here, That went to the next contract. We changed the images here to the squirrels, and it's the invasion collection. So it goes in completely with the story, as I guess the story has now been spoiled here. The squirrels are the ones that are coming to invade. We started a new contract, which allowed us to do things like change the name of your character. You saw stuff that said like stolen, like that's really stolen, but we don't want people that steal community members NFTs to be able to profit off of that. So
we gave him a Viking funeral.
There you go. This is stolen.
I was gonna ask. I was like, "What is the stolen?" Okay,
someone
cool.
stole it. Just like every NFT project in the world, there's scammers out there that want really good projects, and ours has been a target and been stolen. So, but the way we have this now, it allows us to kind of do what's best for the community and protect it and make sure that they don't necessarily, able to steal stuff and then just reap the profits.
That is awesome. So I got to ask. I mean, with all that you have from the beginning to this point, and we can start off with Krista. Go down. Where do you see the project in 1 year from now? Where are you hoping it would be in a year from now? I can only imagine because
I have no idea, because if you had asked me a year ago now, which we were getting ready to do the Spartans and doing all that stuff, if you would have told me a year ago that we were going to have all of this now, my head would explode. So I don't even want to think about it, because it's just like the time is an illusion now. But I'm hoping to see like all project founders, like more growth, more interest. I think I'm excited about the novel coming out. I'm really excited about getting that Christmas story. We're gonna hopefully be able to publish that later this year, for, in time for Christmas. I'm excited about the dragons to bring some new utility into that. But as far as where it's going to go, I have no idea, because there's no limits, and you see what happens with me and Frank with no limits. So
that's awesome.
There are limits, by the way, Krista. But yes.
What Krista didn't mention is that one of the things that she said to John when we were starting this, and we were getting Food Bite involved with us, right? Krista was like, "I want a Battle Bunnies theme park," and John said,
"Well, that's what I was gonna say," but then Chaka said 1 year, and I was like, "Well, it ain't probably gonna happen
in 1 year." But it's like it's end goals for us, right? And John was like, "Well, that's not impossible," and it's like imagine like this theme park where people could explore the Bunnyverse and come in and ride a roller coaster through Magic Falls or a water flume, or go.
Yeah, I've already got ideas.
But for us, it really is. I would love, we want to see the Battle Bunnies animated series. We want kids and adults to follow. That's Sonia and Milo. She's my favorite in the novel, and she's feisty little spitfire. But I want to see people fall in love with her like I have. And Milo, he's such a goofy little dragon. But you fall in love with him because there's human and wonderful characters, and we want to release the second book and the third book, and where people just really get to be a part of this and get the animated
Toys. Oh yeah.
Speaking of which, here I'll drop a little alpha. We have there's another project that we're really close to, and the artist is amazing for it. Our buddy Javi and Bored to Death.
Right.
What?
We talked about it.
Oh yeah, and so that was that right there. I painted for his Sinners collection. That was a one of one I did, and it became an NFT in his Sinners mint, and somebody wound up minting that one. But he is working on 3D modeling Sonia for us right now as we speak. But we do want to make statues. Okay, so you know what? I'll make it easy. I've been into collectibles my whole life. I have a massive collection of lightsabers. If you could actually see my office, I have Star Wars, and I actually have the original World of Warcraft figures all up on my shelf. Like, I have always been a collector, and when we got into this and started not just doing the art, I really wanted to create collectibles for everybody, right? We have an enamel pin set coming out too of the novel characters, which I'm just waiting for them to arrive.
Oh wow.
Everything is about collectibles, collectible book covers, I just think people love that kind of stuff. And so
you got sticker packs there.
We got Battle Bunny sticker packs. There's just no end to this, right? It really is a franchise that we want, people to fall in love with just the way we have and the way the Fluffle family has. And, except we're on the inside, right? The holders are on the inside. They're helping create this world where, the fans and people who read the book and fall in love with the characters kind of now want to be on the inside. They want to be part of creating the world too. Imagine that. Not are you just not a Harry Potter fan or a Star Wars fan, but because you're a holder, you actually are a part of creating the Harry Potter world moving forward, creating the Star Wars universe moving forward. That's what the Battle Bunnies essentially offers.
That is awesome. And you did mention, okay, so I was gonna ask something about that too, because these characters, another thing that I feel like there's why they're so appealing is they're so, like, you can see the emotion. It's not just a character and they all look the same. These are all unique, and you can see their like personalities in the way that they look. But you said animated series. Is that something that you guys are working on, an animated series also?
Yeah, man. So this is what we jumped, like, this is why we came on board originally to really develop the story and the IP. And as we jumped in, and everybody says like, hey, the bear market and all that stuff, instead of just stopping, we just kept going, and we just did it in a different way. And that's how we created this novel. The novel wasn't in the original plan, but when we sat down and we were like, well, how can we continue the story and get people to understand the story, be a part of the story, fall in love with the story, continue the story? The next logical step was create a novel. And it's not nothing to do with like mangas or comic books. Like, those are awesome, but like this is not that. Like, this is a real book that reads like a Harry Potter, Star Wars type book. So that's like that's the base and the IP development that we kind of came on board to kind of develop.
And that was the thing, right, China? It was like, yes, animation was always the end goal, right? Series or movie or whatever. But, you can't create it without a great, solid foundation. And the story is the foundation. So that's why it was so important to create this novel, create this story, this lore, this understanding, right? The Harry Potter movies came because the books were written. Most movies come because the books are written. So we really had to build a solid foundation first. And we're building this foundation as a family, right? As a Fluffle, and that gives us so much art, character design, everything we need to move forward as we move on. And that's really
what a douchey pose that they put me in that one, man. Like a liquor bottle. I don't even drink that hard liquor stuff, but that's what they put in there. So all good. But look, imagine us, Chaka, when we're coming back on, when we have the theme park, how crazy it's going to be to explain the damn project to you from start to finish, with all the stuff that we've done just in this last year. I do want to, like, something that they like. This is like the reason this exists. Like, the art that Frank and Krista have put together is what got people's attention. But really, the stuff that they've both done, and Krista, the backbone to create this community in this place where like-minded people can hang out and belong. Like, it's no joke. And it got enough attention to be featured in a best-selling book specifically about community building. And the Battle Bunnies are a case study in this book, which I don't see a lot of NFT projects that happening. This is one of the top marketers in the world, and the work that Frank and Krista have done to do things the right way, which is just being who they are, which are amazing people, and they are attracting other amazing people, and it's been amazing to watch. So pat yourselves on the back, because it's legit to see what y'all are doing.
I second that. That is great, and this has been very informative, and I'm learning so much, and I know there's a lot more that I need to learn on. Do you guys have? I seen you had a YouTube channel. Are you guys putting YouTube videos out? Are you still utilizing that, or are you?
Yeah, we're actually just kind of jumping back into that, because we've just been so busy that like none of us have had time to look at it. We have a ton of videos, just not enough time in the day, right? So yes, we are getting back on that. We're going to be posting a lot more shorts, as well as longer time lapses and things that we have. So definitely going to get back on that.
The YouTube is mainly, right? The artwork, though. Like, it's like the time lapse of the artwork and getting to the
yeah.
we're also doing plan on starting, like, it's a Lenatra Art University. Like, they're doing classes and teaching art and all different forms of art and artists within.
Yeah, that's another holder's utility.
That is really cool. I do a little art. I enjoy art. You know, I have a passion for it also. So that's very interesting. Very interesting. And the time lapse videos that you guys have, those I love watching those. I can watch them over and over again. Those are so cool to watch. I definitely want to go see the. Is it Drink and Draw?
Yep,
Yeah.
drink and draw.
Yeah, definitely want to see that because
Yeah, you come and hang out and draw along with us, and like, we have other artists in the community too, and I love to work with them on their art. It's like, it really, and that's kind of what, kind of makes us want to do, like, the Lenatra Art University too. Me and Krista both love teaching. We love working with other artists and people who want to be creative. And I always believe that, like Ratatouille says, anyone could cook. I always believe anyone can draw. You know,
that's really. I would love to get some lessons from you guys and learn more. That's great. That is really cool.
This
there goes John.
Yes, he hates that I show this because he wants to update it. But Frank has this whole fundamentals of character design class that you can walk through, and we're going to be doing some similar stuff there too. So
Nice.
Sorry, Frank.
No, that's okay, buddy. But Chaka,
you guys
you're
do-
always welcome to come hang out with us. We really are always there. So I know we threw so much at you, but you could come out, hang out with us in the Discord, talk to us, and we just love getting to know you.
You guys were coming with some heat. I felt like I was playing Fruit Ninja for a little bit. I was like,
I'm sorry.
no, I love it. This is actually the first time I've had a project on, and they just had so much information that so I'm like, wow, this is really cool. It made it really easy and it's fun. I do got to ask, do you guys do Twitter Spaces, or do you have a set time for that? Do you guys do them weekly or?
We do a
Yeah.
lot. We're on two today before we came here.
Oh yeah, do you guys do your own, or are you joining others?
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Chris.
So we do both. So every Monday we put out a weekly calendar for that week. So that'll tell you what time we're doing what, how to join, all that stuff. It's all in the Discord as well as on Twitter. Our weekly space is on Wednesdays at 4:30 Eastern. That is about to become bigger. So it's not just going to be us and a few other projects talking on it. Starting next week, it's going to be more of like a mega space. So we're going to be featuring a lot of projects on there, with us being the main one and hosting it. So yeah, every Wednesday, 4:30 Eastern on Twitter. It's called the Inner Circle. He's awake now.
His name is Han Solo, by the way.
Is that a dog?
Oh yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw him walking around a minute
It's a
ago.
little cuckoo. He's a scruffy-looking nerf herder.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna. I got to write down to make sure I put my email in so I can get
Yes.
that. I want to see that novel and the audio. You can just do it from the website.
Yeah, so just go on the website, thebattlebunnies.io/novel, and then you just type in their email, and then we'll send you a secret password where you can listen to the entire audio book for a limited time. So definitely check it out. Anybody that's on here, and definitely yourself, Chaka.
Yeah,
I
you
will.
just put your email down there, hit enter, and you'll be good to go. You get the secret code.
Awesome. Now we're pushing an hour and a half. I don't want to keep you guys too long. I know you got other communities you got to get back
I don't
to.
want
your
to keep
other
you, buddy.
socials. Hey, I got all day, and I've gotten so much information. I've got I wrote a novel here.
Sorry, dude. Yeah.
No, that's really good. I learned a lot. That's really awesome. But before we sign out, would you guys like to talk about anything else? I did want to ask you about. I wanted to ask John about what was the company that you were with? It's the
Food Fight Studios.
yeah. Can
Yep.
you talk about Food Fight Studios a little bit?
Yeah, man. About, I don't know, I've lost track of time, but about 7 or 8 years ago or something, I was working as at a nationwide medical distributorship. I hated it and was looking for just trying to figure out something to do. So I started just creating content and really had no experience with it, but just kind of brought a team together, and we were just creating our own little goofy sports animated series that got attention. It got put us in a best-selling book about creative content and personal branding, and those inside that book was dudes like Gary Vaynerchuk. James Altucher was also in that book. Logan Paul, Seth Godin. So it kind of got us a seat at the table in this little influencer space, and we just started creating animated content and branched out to other content beyond animation, videos, and all of those things for influencers, and primarily in like the personal development space. And that's literally like when none of us knew what the hell we were doing. We just kind of started and got passed around because we got shit done. And it like literally I've done some really cool shit with we've done a concert, a full concert at the Apollo Theater.
Wow.
And like all the background visuals. Never done a concert before in our lives. And we did it in 30 days, but the majority of it we did it in 7 days, and it was a Wyclef Jean concert, and, which was cool. And we were always going to do. It was the first time that he was producing or singing the Carnival album start to finish, and it was done during COVID, so they needed some visuals for it. And we were always going to do these like little interstitial animations, which we did. But he had called up on like a Friday. The concert was on the following Thursday or so, and I was like, "Who's doing the rest of the visuals?" And he's like, "Oh, it's just going to be a logo." My logo up in the back, and I was like, let me try it. And he's like, all right. So he let us, within 5 days, it was Labor Day weekend, he let us just kind of have a go at it, and we put together the background visuals for the entire show. And I literally didn't know it was going to work until sound check, and I told him it was going to work. Oh yeah, we got it, we know what we're doing. And found out, yes, it worked on sound check, and it's a badass show. You can see it on his YouTube page, and end up nominating for an Emmy award for that. But the really, who cares about that? The reality is that the team kind of put this thing together in the majority of it in 5 days. So just a random group of people that create animated content or visual content, and been lucky enough to do it for some really cool people. But the coolest people we've done it with is Frank and Krista, for sure.
Awesome. That's a heck of a story, man. That's cool.
I did get to hold your Emmy back there, though, which was cool for me.
You did. You didn't wear your white gloves, but you made me wear your white gloves when I touched those cards, man. You wouldn't let me touch the Spartan cards without the white gloves on. Literally, this is not a joke. There's a video on his YouTube to see that. But you touched my Emmy like you grabbed it. You had some chips in your hands beforehand, and whatever.
Well, I really appreciate you guys jumping on. I want to have you guys back on whenever you have time and you want to share more, or you're always welcome onto the channel. Just hit me up, and then we'll set it up.
Yeah, maybe after the Dragons, we'll come back and give you, and we can look it all.
Or maybe before
I've had hundreds of projects on, and this has been a very fun stream. This one was really cool. Got a lot out of it, and I love that you guys just have so much going on. That's really great. So anytime, you guys are always welcome back.
Thank you. Well, hopefully we'll get to spend a lot more time with you, hanging out, drawing. Chaka, honestly, one thing about us is that we know everybody in our Discord, everybody in our Fluffle family. We spend so much, and they get to know us on such a personal level. And I think that's what really makes this family special. And so when you got free time, you want to come hang out with us while we draw. We play VR games at night. Everybody jumps in the Oculus together. We play poker with Dead Poker Society. Like, we're always together. We're always co-creating the Battle Bunnies world, or we're just winding down together. It really is something special and something magical that we have going on.
What do you guys play in the VR?
Right now, it's been a lot of walkabout mini golf.
I've been hearing about that. That everybody's playing the golf right now, huh? Yeah, I got the Oculus.
Oh, you gotta join us, man. It's so much fun, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That sounds fun. Any certain days, just random? You guys have a game?
Most nights, usually like when we're done with all of our work, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, our time. I don't know where you are. You're on the East Coast?
Yeah, I'm Pacific, so it's 6:25 right now.
Yeah, so it's earlier for you. Yeah, so maybe 9:30 your time, 8:30 your time. We're usually jumping on. But we're always in the Discord voice chat. So if you're curious what we're doing, jump in there or just ask in main chat. And yeah, like John said, every night.
Every night.
That's a very handsome picture of you, Jad.
Yeah, Jad, you got to let them sleep, man. You got to let them sleep. No more late night poker on VR. And I was gonna say we have a twosome, but that sounds really weird. It sounds like something that Frank would say by accident on a Twitter space earlier, and someone would record. But every morning, Jack Beard and I, who's the leader of the Pirates, we start off our work meetings every single morning at 8:30 a.m. and we don't do the putt shit. We do the real golf, and we play. Well, it's the same. It's actually the same app. We just do the golf stuff, but we play golf and we compete. And we created an NFT collection that tells the record of it. So every game that we play, there's a little NFT. So there's no like bullshit, like, oh, I won that or whatever. And we play the different holes, and there's a record of how much. And I have a big winning streak, and I don't want to say that because he's not here to defend himself, but he's not going to watch this anyway. So you can check it out. You can check out the collection.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
If you do play with us, you got to watch out because Disco likes to show off his putter.
Okay. He said, check out my putter.
Yeah. We also do the 4 VR bowling, like Forever Bowling. We've done that.
Yeah.
And we kept saying we got to have a Battle Bunnies like bowling league night or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that sounds really cool. Definitely, you'll be seeing me a lot more in the Discord. Sounds fun. I already got the. I don't turn notifications on Discord because I have so many, but your guys's are on.
Thank you.
What are you going to snag, Chaka? Like, what are you going to look? So in the series 1 to jump in here, what do you got? You going to get a certain class? Are you going to get a Hooligan, a Ghost Bunny? And we're here. So if you have any questions on which ones.
Yeah, I'm not sure what class I want to look at them. I'm sure one of them will really catch my eye because I was going through them, checking them out, and I was like, wow. But I'm sure I'll connect with one of them. And I've already seen a couple. I'm not quite sure. You would be able to switch our class in the Discord, right?
You could still switch your class in the Discord, like switching.
Yeah, you can. So because you're new, you should still have that role, and I'll double check after this. Then you can go back to that pick your side channel and switch it. But once you're here for about a month or two, that role goes away. So then you're not able to switch.
Oh, okay.
But the bunny you hold has nothing to do with what class you're on your Discord. Most people, but it does give you certain roles, right? But the class you choose in the Discord unlocks that land channel for you. So like if you pick the shaman, then you'll have access to the shaman channels and get to hang out with them shiesty shamans. But I will tell you, if you see a Ghost Bunny shaman, that is the only collection, the mini collection that actually has potions, right? The potions are not in the Alive Series 1 shamans, only in the Ghost shaman. So there's always little
ghosts
things.
are more rare than the regular Series 1. So even though they're lower on the floor, they are a higher level because they have a Ghost Bunny bonus.
Look at that.
These are it right here. This is the. Oh, I thought I was sharing my screen.
Yeah, so that's a shaman right there. So if you look at the stats, he'll have a ghost bonus, and you notice he has no body because he's a ghost.
Oh, the little ghost.
Got no body there, and that potion is only showed up in the ghost collection, a little mini collection. That was a holders only mint. So that's a good one right there.
This is a benefit of having this show, Chaka. Like you just got the founders of this, like giving you inside info on the collection. That's not usually what you can do. Usually we're just like looking around, being like, maybe I think this one, but you just got some good info from Frank and Krista.
Now I will add a little extra thing here. If you ever see a Valkyrie, which one got sold the other night for very low, I think it was last night. If you ever see a Valkyrie, scoop her up because Valkyries all get free dragon eggs, 1 per Valkyrie. So that's why there's none on the floor, hardly ever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's so rare, and if somebody does drop one, it's because they might have won one somewhere and didn't know what they have. But the Valkyries are difficult to get a hold of.
It happened last night. Drywall guy scooped her up.
There is a few on there, like Valkyries up there, but they're not at the lower price points. I think there's a mythic Hooligan up there too. For I saw a Grinch pop up there, but I know who that was.
And
you said a mythic Hooligan?
Yeah. Scroll down, you'll see.
Yeah, it's gonna be either Gorilla or the Grinch Bunny. Those are the two mythics in that collection. And our mythics are all one of ones. So
Yeah,
they're a
yeah.
different character.
Right next to the
There
stone.
it is. Grinch
Oh,
Bunny.
that's
2 ETH.
that is sick. Wow, that's
So
really
that
cool.
was Frank's mythic, and then I did the Gorilla. So
Love
that's
it.
our dog right there. Tui, son.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to let that go.
The and then the
You just
Spartans, which is
collect
the Genesis collection, those they're going to get a dragon egg also, right? So if you have a Spartan, then you get a dragon egg, and you'll get everything that we produce going forward. So
Yeah, you can see
So
the
it's kind of like a founder's pass type.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
acts as that. Okay.
Yeah, and you can see there's only 3 for sale, and they start at half an each. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't very
hard to get.
often pop up on the floor, the Spartans.
Nice. All right. Yeah, you're right. We could be here. We could literally
Yes.
be here all day.
yeah, I'm sorry, Chaka. Have a great night, man. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Like I said, any time you guys are welcome back. I really enjoyed this show. It was fun.
Thank you so much. We had a blast with you. And maybe we'll come back again before the Dragon Egg drop, because we'll have a bunch of information and stuff. And hopefully we'll see you at the Drink and Draw on Fridays.
Yeah,
You
for
know?
sure. I have every other Fridays off, so it might not be this coming up one, but I'll definitely be dropping in.
Yeah, we do it every Friday, except for next Friday. The Friday after, I'll be in Detroit at a tattoo convention. I'll be there as with a big Battles Bunny booth and some exclusive Battle Bunnies merch and stuff. So that'll be March.
Next Friday. Yeah, next Friday.
March
Frank.
3rd. And then after that, we go back to our regular every Friday at 8 p.m. Drink and Draw.
Cool. Sounds good. And if you guys are watching this at a later date on the recorded video, all the links to everything we went over is in the description box down below. Definitely jump into their Discord and check it out. It sounds like they have a lot of fun in there. I'll be in there. So it's been a pleasure. You guys all have a good one. Can't wait to have you guys back on again.
Thank you, Chaka. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night.
All right. See ya.
Thank you.
Chaka Crypto, you're entering the Chaka-verse. Chaka Crypto, welcome to the Chaka-verse. Chaka Crypto, you're entering the Chaka-verse. Chaka Crypto, welcome to the Chaka-verse.